Hello, everyone. My name is Adrian Gallegos. My quality of character topic is on positive attitude. Now, the first question is, what is positive attitude? Well, positive attitude is being an optimist, knowing that you can look at life with the glasses half full mentality. Um, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have adversity, you're not going to have trials and tribulations throughout the process of life, but that no matter what, you're going to always look at things like you can get through them. Like there's always going to be a positive outcome, and everything is a learning lesson. Um, so, positive attitude is being able to always look at things with an optimistic mentality. Um, the benefits of having a positive attitude. Well, having a positive attitude is great because positivity brings happiness. A great quote that I really believe in is you can't have a positive life with a negative mentality. And I believe that is very true. You cannot expect to be a happy person and have a negative mentality. Um, Other benefits from being positive and having a positive mentality is your players, when you're coaching, they gravitate to you. You know, when you are positive and optimistic and make people feel that same way, players are naturally going to gravitate towards you. And that's a great thing because it makes it a lot easier to coach them, and it makes it a lot easier for them to trust you, be comfortable around you. And they also begin to believe in themselves because your energy alone brings that out in them. Um, Another benefit is it helps avoid getting down on yourself when adversity hits. You know, in coaching and in life, there's always going to be negatives. There's always going to be things that happen that we can't control. And, you know, a lot of that is how you respond to those things. If you respond with a negative mentality, it's really hard to have good results. But if you can help avoid getting down on yourself by having a positive mentality, it doesn't matter if you're losing every game or if you're winning every game, you'll be able to be positive always. Same thing. Negatives about having a negative mentality is you don't enjoy life as much, especially when things aren't going your way. You're just always not having a great mentality towards things because of the negativity. Secondly, your players, they start getting a little uptight around you. They're scared. They feel like they're walking on eggshells. This is something that you'll see a lot when players feel like a coach is negative. They're very, wary of what they say and what they do around that coach. And lastly, like I said, when things are bad, they're bad. If you have a negative mentality and you can't look at things positively, things are really bad when things are bad. If you're going through a really bad season, you're gonna be miserable, and it's really hard to be successful in life when you feel miserable. Um, you know, Great examples of positive coaching. I saw a great video on Doc Rivers and his son Austin Rivers. For those of you that don't know, Doc Rivers is the head coach of the LA Clippers, and his son Austin Rivers plays for him. So it can be pretty difficult. And Austin Rivers talks about how his father is very positive and always has a positive mentality, and that even players like Chris Paul, when he played for Doc Rivers before, would get down on himself, and that Doc Rivers would uplift him and be positive with him, because even the best players can get down on themselves. So I thought it was very interesting to see that, because that's a really tough relationship to hold in such a expensive corporation in the NBA. Having a son and a father on the same team and staff, it's pretty unique. Other positive coaches, Joe Emmerman. I read a book, Inside Out Coaching by Joe Emmerman. And the thing he talks about is, transactional coaches versus transformational coaches. A transactional coach is a coach that will only care about the results and doesn't care about the person. So if you're losing, then the coach is very negative and very unhappy. But if you're winning, then they're happy, and that's not a great way to approach things. Whereas a transformational coach is going to care about the person more than the wins and losses. He's going to help, uplift their players no matter what they're going through, and they're going to help them through life and even further and beyond outside of the sport when the player is no longer playing for them. And that goes right back to being positive and negative. there's not a lot of transactional coaches that are positive, and it's not easy to, especially in today's generation, to lead players with a negative mentality. Um, you know, parenting is something that I think is very similar to coaching. Parents and coaches go hand in hand. They make a big impact on kids' lives. And it's the same thing with positivity and negativity. If you're very negative with your child and you are always giving them reasons to why they're wrong, or you're never giving them any, you know, positive feedback when they do something well, or they're successful in something, then kids start getting into this mentality like anything they do isn't good enough, and that ends up following them in life, and that's something that can really, really impact people for a very, very long time. So, positive attitude it's the key to life. It's the way you uplift people and you live a happier life that way. You know, to conclude things a little bit, things that I think are very important is, what is it like to be coached by you? What is it like to be coached by you? Are you somebody that people want to be around? Are you somebody that coaches want to be around? Players, fans, parents, whatever it is, do they call to you? Are they calling you outside of practice to ask you for advice? Do they, feel better about themselves being around you? Do you bring confidence out in people? That's very important. You got to ask yourself, put yourself in the player's shoes, and ask yourself, what would it be like to be coached by you? And hopefully, it's a positive feedback when you ask yourself that. A great example to me is Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's a very positive and uplifting coach. He's very positive with his players. And a few years back, the Seahawks were playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. We all know about it. They didn't give Marshawn Lynch the ball at the 1-yard line, and with about 30 seconds left in the game, and Russell Wilson threw an interception to lose the game, to lose the Super Bowl, on what's one of the most controversial play calls in NFL history. And after the game, Pete Carroll was asked who made that call, and they were the media was trying to throw his offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevell, under the bus, and Pete immediately said that he made that call, that he gave the go to make that call, and that had the call worked, it would have been considered the greatest play call ever. And unfortunately, it didn't happen, and he was very positive about it, and he was very positive towards his offensive coordinator, towards his players, and they all respected him for that. And it takes a long time to build trust and to build a good relationship with someone, but it only takes one event or one comment to completely destroy that relationship. So if you have a negative mentality, it only takes one bad thing that comes out of your mouth to completely have a player shut down with you, or have someone just completely want to abandon the relationship they have with you. So that is why it's so key to be positive, uplifting, help people, make them feel good about themselves, feel good about yourself, and live life with a glasses half full mentality. That is the way to live life, with a positive attitude always. And that is my quality of character topic. And I hope that everyone watching this is also trying to live life through a positive attitude and a positive mentality. Thank you.